Hey everybody. So I want to say this too. Like, not everything that is happening right here in America is because of our bad karma. Like, some of it is because there's a lot of good people here in America, and a lot of us are want to perpetuate more goodness for everybody and everything. And that force of goodness in itself is going to draw its own natural bad resistance. So there is that. That's a part of the challenge, is that natural resistance that goes against any type of good growth. But there is also this huge fat amount of debt or deficit, like the $35 trillion that we continue to accumulate from this corrupt government that we have right now, that America needs to deal with. And actually, the 35 trillion, I mean, that's a huge amount. It's like these things are connected. Like, I know it. Like, I mean, I don't have the actual proof to share with you guys, but based on what I've learned, nothing happens for no, there are no accidents. Everything is connected in a way. And when you see synchronicities, when you see patterns, that is, to me, signs telling you how things are done. Okay. Like when you continue to see water going down a mountain a particular way, there's a reason why that water goes down that mountain that particular way. The angles of the mountain, the topography, the curves and the contours and this and that, the water's going to fall down that way. Energy is it's very similar. You can navigate and dictate and be able to see where things are going to go based on your things. You can premeditate and plant seeds to help perpetuate good growth. You can also do the same thing with bad growth. So like us continuing to put more money into fossil fuel. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to propose this. It's a compromise. I'm going to say, like, you guys want to go ahead and continue with the combustion engines? Fine. Okay, use the oil for that, but discontinue the toxic plastic. Can you do that? Can you discontinue? Can you regulate America in such a way that discontinues the toxic plastic, which is bad for human consumption as well as for the planet? There's no reason other than to keep on the only reason to keep on doing it is to make fat people more money. Hemp plastic and even bamboo plastic and other plastics can replace this evil plastic that we've been using for generations, which is killing off animals and perpetuating evil companies as well as fucking up the land. All right, it's fucking up things in a multitude of different fashions, and it's worth a lot of money. Okay, and we can easily replace that with plastic that's completely biodegradable and good for the earth, as well as like the growing of the hemp plant. Like, because there's gonna be a huge demand, because we're pumping out plastic like no other. So like replacing that means we're gonna need to grow more hemp plants, which means it's gonna be more carbon sequestering, which means it's gonna help. Not only are we going to take away the toxic plastic by replacing it with good plastic, but because that good plastic comes from growing hemp plants, and in the process of growing hemp plants, you're going to sequester the carbon that's in the atmosphere, and you're also going to remediate the damaged soil. So like the hemp, there's just so many positives when you start using the hemp. It's not just one thing that gets better, a whole number of things get better because it's a miraculous plant. This is why God gave us this one green herb that can do all things for us. Okay, medicine, building materials, a fuel, technology, just armor. The list goes on and on and on and on. Food, medicine. I've already said these things, but it goes on and on and on. And what you can do with this plant is amazing. It takes 4 months to 4 months to harvest. Excuse me, not three. 4 months to harvest. You can grow it in damaged soil. It's very hardy. Okay, the list goes on and on and on and on. And again, like the fossil fuels, okay, I get it. And I was wrong. There actually is hundreds of millions of vehicles here in America that are all reliant on fossil fuels. So for the time being, we're going to need to do that because people need fucking to get around and things need to go from point A to point B. So for the time being, we're going to have to use fossil fuels. Fine. Okay, I'm okay with that. That's not the biggest issue. My biggest issue is the plastic that comes from that, which kills off animals, it fucks up this planet, and fucks up the human being. Okay, you talk about making America strong again or healthy again, then one of the biggest things you guys can do is to take away the plastic. It's making men weak, and as well as females too, but especially men, because it fucking fills them up with estrogen. So it turns them into females. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And then the reason why I have an issue, I mean, I think that Trump's going to find an issue in doing this is because he's got his hands tied with Republicans who are in the fossil fuel industry. And if they're in the fossil fuel industry, they're probably going to be in the plastic industry too, because it's just a byproduct of that operation. It would be good economics to do that. And him being a businessman, he's not going to fucking turn his eye on an opportunity to make money. These people are making billions, if not trillions